Yes, in this video we will start from question number 11, same exercise 7.6. Now we will find the integration of x into cos inverse x divided by root 1 minus x square with respect to x. Here we will do the integration of this function by integrating by parts. In this case, before using integrating by parts, firstly you will multiply. Derivative of 1 minus x square is minus 2x. So you will multiply and divide it by minus 2. After that we will use integrating by parts, and always in integrating by parts you will take inverse trigonometric function as u and this algebraic function as v. So what is u here? U is cos inverse x, and what is v? V is minus 2x by root 1 minus x square. This is v. So we will use here integrating by parts. This minus half remains as it is. Now integration of u remains as it is. Firstly, what is u? Cos inverse x. This cos inverse x remains as it is. Now integration of v. Integration of, here I am writing integration of 2x divided by root 1 minus x square. Later on I will do integration of this. Now minus sign, integration sign. Derivative of u, cos inverse x. Derivative of cos inverse x is minus 1 by root 1 minus x square into integration of this v, integration of minus 2x divided by root 1 minus x square, then whole, here integration, and then whole, again integration, then bracket close. This bracket is closed at the end. So now we will, here 2 times integration of this v is required. So firstly let us suppose this is integration I, only this integration is equal to I. Now separately firstly we will find out the value of I, minus 2x divided by root 1 minus x square. Here you will use substitution method. If you take 1 minus x square is equal to t, then derivative of this t is present here, it becomes dt. So it becomes dt by root t, and root t can be written as t raised to power minus half, and integration of t raised to power minus half with respect to t is t raised to power minus half plus 1, it becomes t raised to power half, and divide it by half. So it becomes 2 into root t, and what is t? 1 minus x square. So 2 into root 1 minus x square plus integration constant c. So this is the integration I. So next step, in place of this integration term we will put this value. This minus half into cos inverse x remains as it is. In place of integration of this already we have find out, which is equals to 2 into root 1 minus x square, minus this minus 1 by root 1 minus x square remains as it is. Integration of this second term is again 2 into root 1 minus x square, and then whole integration. Now this root 1 minus x square is cancelled. This minus minus becomes plus, and if you are taking this 2 common outside, when you will multiply this 2 here also, you can take this 2 common, 2 is cancelled with 2. So answer will be minus cos inverse x root 1 minus x square, plus here integration of 1 with respect to x, it will be x plus integration constant c. So this is the answer. Now see next question number 12. In question number 12, statement is x into secant square x. X into secant square x. Question number 12. We will find out the integration of x into secant square x. Here also this x is algebraic function, secant square is trigonometric function. So this is u, secant square is v. Now using integrating by parts, u remains as it is. Integration of v, all of you know that derivative of tangent x is secant square, integration of secant square will be tangent x. So in place of integration of v, write down tangent x. Now minus sign, integration derivative of u and x, derivative of x is 1 into again integration of secant square, it will be tangent x. Now integration of this complete with respect to x. So 1 into tangent x, it becomes tangent x, and all of you know that what is the formula for integration of tangent x. This is equals to, you can write down it, log minus log cos x, or you can say log secant x, any formula you can use here, plus integration constant c. So this is question number 12. Now in question number 13, find the integration of tangent inverse. Now see, before doing this sum, if you want to find out integration of any inverse trigonometric function, because in derivative separately there were 6 formulas for inverse trigonometric functions. Derivative of sine inverse we have done, derivative of cos inverse x we have done, but now in case of integration, if you want to find out integration of any inverse trigonometric function, then see how you will find out. In 13th sum we want to find out integration of tangent inverse x. Only tangent inverse x is given to you. So in this case we will use again integrating by parts, eyelet. You will take this tangent inverse x as u, and here this tangent inverse x can be written as tangent inverse x into 1, and you can take this 1 as v, which is equals to inverse, v is here second function, algebraic function. So now two functions are there. By using integrating by parts, u remains as it is into integration of v, and v is 1 here. All of you know that integration of 1 is x, minus integration sign, derivative of tangent inverse x is 1 plus x square, into again integration of v, v is x, so integration of v is 1, integration of 1 is x. So now this x into tangent inverse x remains as it is. Here you can multiply and divide it by 2. This 1 by 2 remains as it is. Derivative of 1 plus x square is present here, so it becomes dt by t. And all of you know that integration of 1 by t is log t. So what is t here? 1 plus x square. So I am not doing integration of this in brief. Already you have done integration of this type of function. Again I am telling you, you will put this 1 plus x square is equal to t. This is derivative of t, so it becomes dt, and dt by t, integration of 1 by t is log t, and in the last in place of t we have put value of t, which is equals to 1 plus x square. So this is the integration of tangent inverse x. So by using same method you can find out integration of any inverse trigonometric function. Suppose you want to find out integration of sine inverse x, then sine inverse x can be written as sine inverse x into 1. If you want to find out integration of secant inverse x, then secant inverse x into 1. Means by taking into 1, then using integrating by parts, you can find out integration of any inverse trigonometric function. So this is question number 13. Now see next question number 14. In question number 14, find the integration of x into log x whole square. In this case also, this logarithmic function you will take logarithmic function as u, algebraic function as a v, because in eyelet L is written before a, that's why you will take logarithmic function as u, algebraic function as a v. Now u remains as it is, means log x whole square remains as it is. Integration of v is x here, integration of x is x square by 2, minus integration sign. Now derivative of u, and u is log x whole square. Derivative of log x square is 2 into log x into derivative of log x, this is 1 by x, so it becomes 2 log x by x, into integration of v. Integration of v is x square by 2, then whole integration with respect to x. This 2 is cancelled, this x square is also cancelled with x. Now you have x into log x. Here also again you will use integrating by parts. This first part remains as it is. In case of integration of this part, again you will use integrating by parts. It means in this sum you will use integrating by parts 2 times. So you will complete yourself this sum. Now see question number 15. In question number 15, what is given to you? Statement is find the integration of x square plus 1 into log x. This can be written as x square into log x plus integration of log x. Now this complete integration is breakdown into two parts. Separately you will find out the integration of these two parts. Integration of first part, you will take log x as u, x square as v. Then by using integrating by parts you can find out integration of this. Now all of you know that derivative of log x is 1x, but we don't know the integration of log x. So how you will find out integration of log x? Here also, just like as inverse trigonometric function, this log x can be written as log x into 1. After that you will use integrating by parts. So in this, on both the integrations, separately you will use integrating by parts, then you will find out integration of this question. So this is question number 15. If you have done up to 14th sum, up to 10th sum, then very easily you can complete these sums also, because first 10 questions I have explained properly. Now just I am giving you hint, you can try to solve yourself. Now see question number 16. In question number 16, find the integration of e raised to power x into sin x plus cos x. Now see here, one formula is there. If e raised to power x, with e raised to power any function fx and derivative of same function is present, then integration of such type of complete function, it will be equals to e raised to power x into fx plus integration constant c. So in this case, let us suppose this sin x as fx and this cos x is derivative of fx. So by using this formula, this complete integration can be written as e raised to power x into fx. What is fx? Sin x plus integration constant c. Otherwise, second method, if you don't know this formula, then e raised to power x is multiplied inside. It can be written as e raised to power x into sin x plus integration of e raised to power x into cos x. Then on one part you will use integrating by parts. Second part remains as it is. If you will use integrating by parts, then second part of this integrating by parts is cancelled with this part. Again you will get the same answer. So any method you can use. Direct you can use this formula. If you are using direct this formula, then you will mention this formula also in the solution. Otherwise you can use integrating by parts also. So this is question number 16. Now last sum of this video. In this video I will explain up to question number 17. So now see question number 17. In 17th question, what is given to you? Statement is, find the integration of e raised to power x, x into e raised to power x divided by 1 plus x square. Here also e raised to power x is given to you. With e raised to power x, x by 1 plus x square is written here. So firstly we will break down this x by 1 plus x square in two parts, such that one is fx and another part is f dash x. So this x by 1 plus x square, it can be written as x 1 by 1 plus x minus 1 by 1 plus x whole square. Because in this case, if you are taking this function as fx, then it will be derivative of this function, it will be f dash x, and when you will simplify it, then again you will get this value. So this x by 1 plus x square, it can be written like this, 1 plus x into 1 plus x. Here this is 1 plus x whole square, not 1 plus x, this is whole square. So this is the, again same form is used here, e raised to power x into fx plus f dash x. It can be written as integration of this type of function is e raised to power x into fx plus integration constant c. And what is fx here? 1 by 1 plus x. So answer is e raised to power x by 1 plus x plus integration constant c. So this is question number 17. So in today's work you will do up to question number 17.